12 games into the season, nobody would have predicted back in February that the great Blacktown City would find themselves in the relegation zone in New South Wales. But maybe they got their season underway with a 1-0 win last week against Spirit. Now they travel to the Village Green to play some familiar faces who have helped the new boys to a strong start. And Uni had the chance to pull clear of the bottom two last week, but lost to Sydney Olympic in heartbreaking fashion. And now host Blacktown here at the VG, which is turning into a bit of a fortress, 3 points above their opponents today. Slightly earlier Saturday afternoon kickoff today, I've been told, is because of some lighting issues, which for these old eyes, I'm thankful for, because when it gets dark here, it can be pretty tricky to see that far touchline. So I'm a big fan of that. I don't know if Uni would be, though, because it definitely added another element. We've seen big teams in this competition come to the Village Green, located in the UNSW campus, and struggle. 5 games so far at home for the newly promoted side. Unbeaten, 2 wins, and 3 very impressive draws. They'll be wary, though, of a Blacktown team that slow start doesn't really describe their start to the season. And just 3 points separate these two teams today. And here's going to be Blacktown in there all white to get us underway. Does their season start now? It's going to be the magnificent Mitch Malia, whose winner may have kick-started Blacktown's run up the table. Round 13, Saturday afternoon clash between UNSW and Blacktown. A homecoming, or potentially a bit of a grudge match for some of these former Blacktown's players who are wearing UNSW yellow and black. One of them is going to be a focal point today, getting an early touch, and that is Lockie Campbell. And here is Emilio Vinci. And there's a breaking play. I'll run through the Uni lineup. They tinkered with a formation. We've seen them play with a 3 at the back for a majority of this season. They started last week with a 4 and then had to change when Taji Kumsus was sent off in the first half. It is a UNSW starting 11 with 3 former Blacktown players. One of them is in goals. Tristan Prendergast is in number 1. 2 of them are in the heart of this back 3. Former captain, number 6, Grant Lynch, and Lockie Campbell. Here's an early chance. Pufflet goes for the unselfish option, then crosses back across goal. And Jayden Harb gives UNSW the dream start after just a minute. The home team take the lead. The unselfish option from Ollie Pufflet was a masterstroke. And then the cross across goal. And Jayden Harb has goal number 5 of the season for the electrifying youngster. And UNSW, after that heartbreaking defeat last week, make the dream start back at home. Some people haven't even gotten to their seats here at the Village Green. And they're going to be greeted by the sight on that scoreboard which says UNSW Football Club 1, Blacktown City 0. Didn't even have time to rattle through the starting 11. Here's Grimaldi who looks up, and dream start for the home team. They are making the Village Green a fortress. Are they about to add the 9-time champions of New South Wales to that list? Shout out to Ollie Pufflet as well. He played the pass out wide when it looked like maybe the selfish option was the right one, but proved to be a masterstroke. And lovely football. It was Harb with a beautiful back heel as well. Cross back across goal. It's Gil Duffy. So versatile. The Uni youngsters really developing into an important player in this team. Crossed it back across goal and picked out Jayden Harb. And I forgot where I was in that lineup. So you know what? I'm just going to run through it again for you guys. So, former Blacktown goalkeeper Tristan Prendergast is in goals. He's in a little bit of a nervy moment. And then getting a touch there is the former Blacktown captain. He partners Liam Wood and another ex-Blacktown man, Lockie Campbell, in that back three. Emilio Vinci and Gil Duffy providing the width. And we saw them both play their part in that opening goal. Park the lineup for a second. Can Blacktown hit straight back? It's Malia. Left foot curls it towards Prendergast, and it is an instant response. What a wild start to this game. UNSW, after getting the opener after 60 seconds, have had their lead clawed back. We have 2 goals inside 4 minutes here at the Village Green. Fantastic corner by Malia. And it was Travis Major who got the last touch. Dream ball landed right on top of his head. Absolute chaos at the start of this game. It's 1-1. And I still haven't had the chance to go through this UNSW lineup. A little bit of a mix-up there. UNSW fans thinking that Ken Henderson maybe handled that one. And I think you're part of jumping in and out of this UNSW starting 11. I will get through it eventually, but it's Alex Malfara, Colby Fowler in the heart of that defence, and a front three of Ollie Pufflet, Jack Fulton, and the scorer of the opening goal, Jayden Harb. Crazy start to this game. Here comes Vinci once again. Looks up. Has Pufflet in the middle. It falls to Harb. Manatee and Malfar are both going for the ball there. Cleared away. Headed back in. Confirmation that that was a Travis Major goal. His 3rd of the season. I have a feeling the way that ball was curling from Mitch Malia's corner, left-footed towards the goalkeeper, it might have gone all the way in. It's quite funny. The sun was in Tristan Prendergast and Travis Major's eyes, and I don't think Travis Major knew too much about it. He was just in the right spot, landed on his head, and we have a crazy game and a crazy start to a game that promised to produce plenty of headlines, particularly when you have 3 former players playing their former club. Now, after 6 minutes, I will get the chance to run through that Blacktown lineup as well. It's Caden Henderson, who was Tristan Prendergast's understudy when they were together at Blacktown a couple of years ago. He is in goals at Blacktown, matching UNSW back three with a back three of their own, featuring Lachlan Tilt, Nicholas O'Brien, and Nathan Grimaldi. Malia. Grimaldi. Nice ball. Here's O'Brien. Hayward. Maniti. And the flag goes up. Hayden Renshaw and Sebastian Hayward are providing the width. Adam Berry and the returning Jack O'Brien, which is great news. He makes his first league start of the season. He's been working his way back into the starting lineup, coming off the bench in the last few weeks, and back into the starting lineup as well is Jacob Maniti, and Mitch Malia and Travis Major, the scorer of the equaliser up front. Crazy start to this game. You're just joining us now. You missed 2 goals. One of them Scored by Jyden Harb. Travis Major, scorer of the other two former teammates, getting tangled up there. Former Blacktown captain Grant Lynch giving away the foul. Jamalia a little bit worse for wear. Here is Malia, his left foot. Leading to that equaliser, was looking for Major once again. No Maxime Yez in the starting lineup for Blacktown. He's out of the squad altogether. He's Blacktown's top goal scorer, so leaves a hole in the goal scoring ranks, but they do have goal scorers in this team. Blacktown, an uncharacteristic start to the season. Seeing certain players, that's a nice tackle there by Tilt, not hit the strides that we're used to seeing, but maybe it's a case of Blacktown just new players gelling, getting back to their best. Travis Major, the epitome of that. Didn't score his first goals of the season till scoring a double against Sydney FC a couple weeks ago, and scorer once again. He now has 3 in 3. That was nice. And a turn straight into Tilt there by Fulton. It's been a wild season when you look at some of these Blacktown games. Of course, if you just looked at the ladder, you'd see them sitting second bottom, which would put them in that dreaded promotion relegation playoff, but they've almost been their own worst enemy in certain games, throwing away leads. I mentioned that game that Travis Major scored his first goals in. That was a couple of weeks ago against Sydney FC. That was a game they led 2-0. Sydney FC scored 2 goals late to claw back a point, and that's been a bit of a theme in the 2022 champions. Conceding late goals, lots of red cards in Blacktown games. I don't know if that's an omen as well for what's to come here on this Saturday afternoon, as that one gets sent right over my head and onto the basketball courts here at the Village Green. I always say this when I commentate here. If you're in the area or it's not too far, you've got to come check out an NPL game here at the Village Green. Very unique experience, located in the middle of the UNSW campus. Plenty of activity as well. The uni looked busy. I don't know if there's Saturday classes or anything like that, but when I walked in today, there was a lot going on in the campus, and then they had the barbecue sizzling. And I have to say, the football has matched. Sizzling start to this game. 2 goals in the opening 4 minutes. And here comes the scorer of the first goal once again, Harb. He does well to remain with possession and win a throw here. Here's Vinci, who's had a lively start to this game as well. Injuries has been a theme this UNSW season, as he's just not on the same wavelength there. I put the commentator's curse on him with Ollie Pufflet. Some notable returns to that UNSW bench as well. Much needed reinforcements at both ends of the field. Kevin Lopez fit enough to return to the bench after suffering a concussion at training. Missed last week's game on Anzac Day after scoring here a fortnight ago against Western Sydney, and his captain, Claudio Fabiano, returning to the bench as well after suffering a hamstring injury. Against Apia. Here we come, Uni once again. And they've picked out Pufflet, who skies it over the bar. That was nice football down that right-hand side once again. Duffy, looking lively. He set up that first goal and almost set up a goal to give UNSW the lead once again. Pufflet back in the starting lineup. He is Uni's top goal scorer this season. Loving life here at the Village Green after finding himself stuck behind the prolific Alec Urushevsky at Rockdale. Still so young. Feels like he's been around for a long time. He was a part of that Sydney Olympic team that won the premiership when Blacktown won the championship in 2022. Ultimately, Blacktown knocked Olympic out in the preliminary final on penalties. Pufflet Was a part of Olympic that day. Tilt. Plays O'Brien. And they go long looking for Major. Cut off by Lynch. Malfara. He's been like a new signing this season. Alex Malfara suffered a brutal knee injury pre-season in 2024. Saw him miss the entire League One championship campaign for UNSW. Hasn't missed a beat though this year. Integral part of this team as they go long looking for Malia. It's a rookie and a vet matchup there against Duffy and the uni youngster whose name I've said a few times does well. There's Malfara, looks up. He's Pufflet. Brought Tilt out wide and the ex-Western Sydney Wanderers defender does well. Game's just settled down a little bit. 15 minutes in after that chaotic start we had. Goals from both teams inside 4 minutes. Malfara plays hard. He's already scored one and he almost scored another. Lovely work from the University of New South Wales youngster. He's also a futsal-roo and he showed off a clean pair of heels there. Give himself some room with the touch. Agonizingly close to getting his second and giving Uni the lead once again. Here come Blacktown. Grimaldi back into the starting lineup today. Major. Grimaldi into it once again. Mentioned the players departing Blacktown. He was one of the big names coming in. Another one of those was Caleb Jackson-Brown. Hasn't featured since coming off in the first half in a 2-0 win against Blacktown Spartans in the Australia Cup. Long in the direction of Malia. Here's Maniti. Malia, fortuitous ricochet, might play in Maniti here. It does, and he goes down. The pressure of a man whose name a young man, I should say. Gil Duffy was playing under 18s for Apia last season. Has not looked out of place wherever he's been called upon in this UNSW team. Lovely ball by Lynch. Plays in Vinci. Takes a touch. Grimaldi's cutting him down and ends up running him out. Nice recovery there by the Blacktown centre-back. Malia. Been all over the pitch. Mitch Malia, his return story is the stuff of legend. To retire due to an injury and then receive stem cells surgery, and it's a medical miracle that he's back now and looks better than ever after last season and his start to this game as well. Nice feet there by Hayward, and he plays in O'Brien, who was offside. No Maxime Yez today, who's looking on in his Blacktown gear in the stands. You guys won't be able to pick him up in his camera, but I can see him in the corner of my eye looking on keenly. Such a boost having O'Brien got an eye for goal. Disrupted start to this season, but worked his way back into it. Started in the cup, but this is his first start in the league this season for O'Brien. And goal scoring hasn't been an issue for Blacktown this season. And conceding goals at crucial times as they go long that time. Bringing in Henderson. It looked like he may have mishit that one, but it ended up landing into the lap, and that was definitely mishit there by Seb Hayward. Uni get it back underway quickly. Here's Malfara. Duffy. Fulton. NSW have lots of X factor in this team. Goal scorer is the epitome of that, Jayden Harb. Jack Fulton's another one. Here is Harb, dropping deep and looking forward for Fulton. Not that time. We approach the 20-minute mark. This game has settled down after a wild start. Uni took the lead after about 60 seconds through Jayden Harb. Lovely build-up play as well. Vinci. Beautiful back heel from Harb. It went from left to right and then crossed it back in to Harb, who had basically a tap-in for his 5th goal of the season, but then Blacktown hit back and they looked to do it again. Cross just slightly overhit and Prendergast cuts it off. Malfara. Back out wide to Vinci. Malfara. He may have been in a bit of trouble there, but and for the easy option, brings in Lynch. Long looking for Pufflet. Henderson there to cut it off again. Grimaldi looks up as Seb Hayward to his right. Grimaldi very comfortable on the ball. Plays in Hayward, who just mistimed his run slightly. Just about halfway through the first half here at the Village Green. Slightly earlier kickoff this afternoon, if you're wondering why. Of running repairs on the lights here at the Village Green, I've been told, so hence the early kickoff. Next few games here at home. It's a very commentator-friendly time slot, that one. Good for the eyes. Here's Ollie Pufflet. It's been a start to this game that's been easy on the eyes as well. A couple challenges flying in. A bit of extra venom as well. All fair. There's another one by Vinci. Referee was right on the spot and points to the ball. Players going down left, right and centre. There's a ball for Malia which might sit up, but just mistimed his run. A couple Blacktown players not happy. That earlier call, they thought they were a foul. I'll tell you what, there were about 3 or 4 hot spots just then. Players flying in everywhere. Lynch to get us back underway. Here's Campbell. Got his first goal of the season last week. UNSW, Lockie Campbell had a knack of scoring big goals for Blacktown. Scored 5 last season. Fulton. Try and bring Vinci into play, not that time, just overhit. This is game number 6 for UNSW. One of the great stories in all of Australia, not just New South Wales NPL. A team that at the beginning of this decade was in the old State League, NPL 4, climbed all the way to the top. When they were in State League in 2020, this field here was an AFL pitch. Totally unrecognisable to what it is now. An amazing run. Gabe Knowles there every step of the way from State League all the way to the New South Wales NPL. What a coaching matchup we have today. Him against the great, one of the GOATs of this competition, Mark Crittenden. Gabe Knowles, though, the only man to take one team through every stage of the New South Wales NPL pyramid. Very impressive. Grimaldi has to bring Hayward into play. Definitely see when you look at this Blacktown team, a focus on youth. Seb Hayward really at the forefront of that. Called his debut last season, came off the bench against St. George City, scored. Now a regular starter in this team for Mark Crittenden. Some exciting youngsters on the bench as well. And this new generation for Blacktown City, and then the perfect veterans that you'd want to guide a new crop of players. There's like Travis Major, Mitch Malia, Adam Berry, who's on the ball now. He's with A-League experience and that have done it and won it all in this competition. Grimaldi. His tilt. Turned after a 2-year stint at the Western Sydney Wanderers Academy. Very strong junior system. Blacktown City, one of the best, you have to say, in Australia. 5 players in the Socceroos 2022 World Cup team were former Blacktown City players. Matt Ryan was one of them. Just look through the names that have worn the black, white and red. Some of the biggest in Australian football. Robbie Slater. Our current captain as well. Matty Ryan. More recently, the Bacchus brothers. Here's Duffy. Newton wants the ball and gets it. He's tried that. One touch over his shoulder a couple times. That one was intercepted, and a relieving free kick here for Blacktown. Maniti. Tilt. Hooks up. Plays Grimaldi. Hayward. Grimaldi's continued his run here. Plays Hayward once again. For a teammate with that cross. Picks out a former teammate in Lockie Campbell instead, who clears it away. A little bit under 20 minutes to go here. Goals from both teams in the opening 5 minutes. Game has definitely settled down since. Renshaw. Here's Berry. A spell of possession here from Blacktown. NSW happy to sit back, invite the pressure, and like we've seen them do, particularly on this ground, sting teams on the counter-attack. Looking to make it 6 unbeaten from 6 at the Village Green. And when you look back at those games that they drew, you could make the argument that every UNSW game, they've definitely had chances to win it as well, particularly that opening game against the SD Raiders, a game which I'm sure if I asked Gabe Knowles, he would say they should have killed off. Took the lead, hit the post, they had one cleared off the line. Game they very easily could have won 3 or 4-0, and then they ended up conceding late and then almost losing the game as well. SD Raiders with a chance right at the end. They called their game against Marconi, a game they came 1-0 down to lead 2-1, and really they dominated large portions of that one as Malia comes back from an offside position, and UNSW Get it underway quickly. Harb, influential as always in this first half. He's looking for a teammate this time and almost finding the outstretched leg of Pufflet. Uni's two top goal scorers almost linking up. Haywood goes flying at the end of that challenge and the referee's going to pull it back. He almost did a front flip there, and Nick O'Brien asking the ref to dip into his pocket after that challenge. Nick O'Brien has been on the receiving end of some bad luck with cards. He's been sent off twice this season. And there is going to be a card for Lockie Campbell. First one booked today. O'Brien may have just got himself a yellow card assist there, because I don't think the referee was going to card Campbell, but I think he may have been talked into that one by the very persuasive Nicholas O'Brien. Oh, they were looking for Berry that time, played it straight to Harb instead, who dinks it forward, looking for Pufflet, who shows good pace and an excellent touch to make some room for the shot. Good low save by Henderson. Brilliant football all round there. Great attacking football by UNSW. Equally great goalkeeping there by the Blacktown youngster. Learnt from the best. Those were words from his mouth saying the best keepers you could have learnt from is Tristan Prendergast, and that was the case for Caden Henderson when the pair were at Blacktown a couple seasons ago. Marlian, not for the first time today. That's got to be the third or fourth time he's been called offside. Important 3 points, though, on offer here, because NSW came into their Anzac Day clash against Rock Bottom in the Olympic with a chance to put some breathing room between themselves and the bottom two. But after that loss, Blacktown winning as well. Just 3 points separate these two teams. To give you some context, Uni came into this game 12 points after 12 games. 25 points was enough for Western Sydney Wanderers to be safe last season. So they're about the halfway stage in points needed. And this is round 13 out of 30. Tilt to take the throw. Throws are back in fashion in football. That one didn't come off. Pufflet. Malfara. And he does well to get in front of it, and it goes out for a UNSW goal kick. Here's Campbell. They've got that yellow card to think about as Major has a swipe. No love lost between those two former teammates. NSW wanting the ball and wanting to play quickly. Don't want Blacktown to get too comfortable on the ball. Strong challenge there by Malfara. Only a legal one on Maniti. Henderson. Nice feet there by O'Brien. Here's Tilt. Grimaldi. Picks out Haywood. He turns and looks up. Is it short? Malfara, who's been in everything in this first half, is there to pinch it off O'Brien. Lynch. Pufflet. Diving in there, Pufflet does well. It falls now to Vinci, who, if it wasn't for that foul, would have skipped past Grimaldi. No card, but chance for UNSW here from the resulting free kick. Plenty of tall timber in there for both teams. Only seen one goal from a set piece. It was Major on the end, Mitch Marley a corner. It's going to be the scorer of the first goal to take it, Jyden Harb. It's Harb to take. He's hit that one, just couldn't get it off the ground. Falls to Malfara though. Fulton sends it back into the mixer, and no one there in yellow and black, and Henderson picks it up. 10 minutes to go in the first half. No change to the score after 4 minutes, and that was 1-1. Crazy opening to this game. Go long looking for O'Brien, who I thought maybe timed that one perfectly. But linesman has better eyes than me, raises the flag. For the first time today, Blacktown really playing on that last defender. Wood carries it out. Here's Malfara. There's Nalia hot on his heels. Wood once again. Strong tackle there by Duffy right in front of the UNSW bench, and his team applauds, especially because they have the throw. Here's Pufflet. Got Fulton at the back post. He tries to pick him out and almost falls to him. Grimaldi loses his shoe. Thankfully, before that, gets some contact on it as well. Otherwise, it would have fallen into Jack Fulton's lap. Here's Vinci. Got time to pick out a cross. It's strong header, but straight into the arms of Prendergast. Nice 2-minute spell here from UNSW after Blacktown. We're getting very comfortable on the ball. Major. Here's Hayward. It's Jack Fulton who got up there. He's got some hops. Mr. Fulton can definitely get up there, and he did. Managed to get good contact on the header as well. He's placed ball there, looking for Major, and the mayor of Blacktown sporting some great haircuts throughout his Blacktown career. I've seen him rock the mullet better than most. Looks good with the skinhead as well. And if I had the hairline, I'd definitely attempt the same. No need for a turkey trip. And Blacktown's number 7, who has got his 3rd goal of the season as well. And as I mentioned, whether it's in the league or the cup, goal scoring hasn't been an issue for Blacktown this season. He scored 11 in 2 games in the Australia Cup. 9 of them were against Terrigal, and 2 against the other Blacktown Spartans. Here's Lynch. Wood. Plenty of players with A-League experience from various clubs. Wood, a Kiwi, spent time at Wellington Phoenix. As Prendergast goes long looking for Fulton, who gets his head on the end of another one. Great airtime there, once again. Fulton, dispossessed. Blacktown look up, not too many options, but they do well to pick out Hayward, who does equally well. Pick out O'Brien, Malia, Nicholas O'Brien. Rare foray forward from him. Major. You know what, I'd love to see the heat map of Travis Major and Mitch Malia. They've been everywhere. Dropping in deep, out wide on both sides, up front. Major's occupying that right-hand side. Misplaced pass. Time intended for Hayward. Vinci with a bit of room to drive. Harb. So be happy to play it all the way back to Prendergast. Here's Wood. Malfarah been busy in this first half. Ooh. Key interception there by O'Brien, otherwise Harb was in. Another good interception here, this time by Vinci. Plenty of good football at both ends from both teams in this first half. You can definitely feel the urgency and the need for 3 points from both. Blacktown need to crawl out of the drop zone. And UNSW need that breathing room between themselves and the drop zone. No cup football for UNSW to worry about. Sole focus after being eliminated by St. George City is the league and survival. Campbell. Nice pocket of space here for Fowler, but a strong tackle by O'Brien and a late whistle there. Foul on the Blacktown centre-back. Another set-piece opportunity here for UNSW. 5.5 minutes to go. A very entertaining first half that's seen a little bit of everything. Early goals. Strong challenges. Do we have more drama in this first 45? It's going to be hard to take it. Floats it in. That was better than his last one. Catches the back of a Blacktown head, and Henderson is there to claim it. Renshaw. O'Brien. Travis Major is on the right side. 60 seconds ago, finds himself out wide on the left now. Cuts into his right foot. Tries to find Malia with the cross. Clearance away. Here's Pufflet. Two Blacktown players hot on his heels, and he does well to pick out Fowler. Grimaldi gets back there and fouls him, and he's going to find himself in the book as well. Risky business diving in like that from Nathan Grimaldi. Fowler stayed down. Gabe Knowles would hate to see another one of his players come off injured, especially an important one like Corby Fowler. It's been an unwanted theme this year for the home team. Had to contend with a lot of injuries. Fowler's staying down at the moment after that tackle. Lovely work in the lead up by Pufflet. Had two Blacktown players pressuring him, split them in half with a lovely ball. And then Grimaldi has sacrificed himself there. Conceded the foul. Took the yellow card on the chin. Fowler's back to his feet. Gingerly, which is a good sign. Trying to shake it off. Good news for UNSW. Fowler seems to be okay. He's just trying to shake off that challenge by Grimaldi, which has resulted in a yellow card and a UNSW free kick. 3 minutes to go in this first half. Game which is a homecoming, a grudge match, whatever you want to call it, for the former Blacktown players playing their former team. NSW made the dream start. This man is about to take the free kick, scoring after a minute. Blacktown responding 3 minutes later. No change to that scoreline. One each. Couple minutes to go in this first half. Loaded into the back post. Ball's still there, and Town happy to just send that one away. It falls here for O'Brien, who's in on goal. Malfarah's getting back there to recover. O'Brien's done brilliantly well. Now he picks out Malia. Blacktown with a perfect counter-attack. Lovely work by Jack O'Brien to hold it up and play Mitch Malia. And a player of Malia's quality isn't going to miss from there. UNSW, after knocking on the door from a set piece, are stung by a rapid counter-attack. Mitch Malia. What a story. Was forced to medically retire a few seasons ago. And after incredible stem cell surgery, he is back. And he's been playing his best football since returning. 10 goals last season. That's his third of the season. That could prove to be the most crucial Blacktown goal of this season. Not the start we expected or anyone expected from a team that has been the gold standard. Definitely in the 21st century in New South Wales. 6 championships since the year 2000. Most recently as 2022 came into this game in the bottom 2. The chance to climb out of it if they can hold on to what would be their second win in a row. In a couple minutes when it's half time, I highly recommend, it's the beauty of YouTube, just going back, scrubbing back, and having a look at that counter-attacking masterclass from Blacktown. They were defending a free kick. They play it long to O'Brien, who started his run in his own half. Now Farah was getting back there. It looked like he was just going to push him out wide. O'Brien cut back in. Had Malia making the overlapping run. Played him. And beautiful composure from one of Blacktown's main men. The usual suspects involved so far for Blacktown City. Major getting the equaliser off the end of a Mitch Malia corner. And O'Brien in his first league start of the season. Wow, Mark Crittenden will be happy to have him back. Here he is once again assisting Malia. What looks like is going to be the goal. It gives Blacktown the lead heading into half-time. UNSW's unbeaten streak here at the VG in jeopardy. And Prendergast maybe not happy with that grenade of a throw that was launched his way. Almost a disaster. And maybe for Gabe Knowles, who just want to get his team into the sheds here. Strong challenge there. You could hear the shins coming together. I'm sure you picked that one up on our effects, Mike. Hufflet fouled. Now Farah has continued playing. I think now realising what's going on has taken it back. Uni getting it underway quickly. A couple of Blacktown fans who've made the journey. Sitting to my right, not happy with that little exchange. Nice work there to evade the press by Campbell. Pufflet plays Fulton. Harb just lost the ball momentarily behind himself. The player that can make magic happen from anywhere, it's him, but not that time. Hayward's there to intercept. Harb does well to win it back, and then Hayward returns the favour, and that is the end of a fantastic opening 45 minutes here at the Village Green. 3 former Blacktown players who now play for UNSW. Their team made the dream start after 60 seconds. Dryden Harb giving the home team the lead. Travis Major got the equaliser 3 minutes later. It looked like we were heading to the break all square until a fantastic counter-attack from the visitors, finished off by Mitch Malia, gives them a precious 2-1 lead. UNSW's unbeaten home record under serious jeopardy here at the Village Green. Halftime score, UNSW 1, Blacktown City 2. are we 45 minutes away from seeing UNSW's first home defeat of the season? Certainly didn't look like it was going to be that way 60 seconds in when Jayden Harb gave them the lead. Blacktown clawed it back 3 minutes later and then got a huge goal right before half-time. NSW, no strangers, though, to late drama, particularly here at the Village Green. Are we about to see more of it in the next 45? Three points separated these teams coming into this clash. Are Blacktown about to pull level? Malfara with UNSW, which, I mean, if you had said at the start of the season to anyone affiliated with UNSW that in round 13 you'll be 3 points above Blacktown, they would have taken it. I don't think anyone would have predicted it. Are we about to see another lightning quick start here? And Vinci does well to win a corner. Blacktown coming out of the halftime sheds, making one change. Nathan Grimaldi, who did pick up a yellow card, has come off, and Kodai Tanaka has replaced him. And just from that opening 40 seconds, it looked like Blacktown may have changed their shape as well, switching to a back four. Just like was the case in the first 45, UNSW on the front foot in the opening 60 seconds of the second half here. Low and almost, it was Campbell who was trying to scorpion kick it back across goal. Halftime, nice kickoff here, very family-friendly kickoff. It's a beautiful sight. Kids got to run on the field at halftime. The sun's out. It definitely doesn't feel. Are we in winter yet? I don't think so. What is May? Is May officially winter? I'm very bad with the seasons. I think it's the last month of autumn, I think. Anyway, it certainly doesn't feel that way. Beautiful. No need for a jacket here. And I tell you what, I have to give my flowers to the UNSW canteen. The best frogs I've ever had. I've been commentating for 4 years. That one's overhit. Bringing us underarms it straight to Lynch. Best frogs I've ever had. So fresh, they melted in my mouth. Nothing worse than getting rock hard frogs. You know that they just taste like red pieces of concrete? No good. That certainly wasn't the case. So come to a game here this season. On my recommendation, try the frogs. Bolton getting up again. Pufflet, full of energy and running. Some great moments in the first half, Ollie Pufflet, as did UNSW, but it's Blacktown in a position that they've found themselves in a few times this season. And back to that game against the Sutherland Sharks, ended up being the Sharks' first win of the season. They led 2-1, conceded a late equaliser, and then a last-second penalty, which saw them come out of that game with nothing. Lynch, Malia, avoiding getting cleaned up there, just jumped over it safely. Here's Henderson. Good. Spoke about the good moments. Pufflet and Harb linking up, forcing a good save from the young Blacktown goalkeeper. I believe he's only 20 years old, but he's been Blacktown #1 for a couple seasons now. Feels like a veteran of this competition. Very interesting when you look at this Blacktown team. There's a lot of well-established veterans in this team, and in the opposite end of the spectrum, a lot of young players making the jump up from 20s, becoming regulars in this starting team. Sebastian Hayward is one of them. Quite a few on the bench as well. And I know Blacktown have high hopes for Manidi. This hits that one. Plenty of game changers on the bench for UNSW. Nathan Roberts has a knack of scoring big goals. They'd love another one from him if called upon. Kevin Lopez scored the equaliser. I mentioned Blacktown, no strangers to conceding late goals. UNSW left it very late in their last home game. Fulton tries to pick out Duffy. Definitely one of UNSW's best, Gil Duffy. remarkable rise. Because of injuries, he's stepped up, played in the heart of a back three. This time he's providing width as a wing back. Both wing backs heavily involved. Here's Vinci trying to bring it into Hub, and one goes out. Gabe Knowles will be very happy with what he's seen from Emilio Vinci. He's also working his way back from an injury. First start since returning from an injury. Anthony Barbic made his return from injury last week off the bench. He's on the bench once again. Very versatile player. Spent some time at the Western Sydney Wanderers Academy. He's Renshaw. Duffy does well just to put him off there. I mentioned youngsters who've been promoted from 20s to first grade. Aiden Renshaw, another one. And Blacktown, I like what they do. The players arrive and they have not their jersey number, but their cap number on the back. So numbers in the hundreds because of all the players that have played for this great club. Nice work by Duffy to play Fulton. Harb. Intercepted there by Malia, getting back and defending. His goal is the difference so far. He could have had 2 goals, really. That equaliser looked like it could have been an Olympico. Landed right on top of Travis Major's head. He was in the right place to just steer it just in case. Slightly early Saturday afternoon kickoff, particularly for New South Wales NPL football. 2 o'clock. This game is the first of 6 coming your way. 5 to come after this. Sutherland at home to Marconi. That's going to be an absolute cracker. SD Raiders starting to win some games. Blacktown are on the receiving end of one of them. It was a game where Mitch Marley scored the opener and SD came back to win 2-1. That kind of started this run that they're on. And I tell you what, they've put a bit of daylight between themselves and the bottom 2. They came into this round in 10th on 14 points, 2 points above UNSW, who are 12th. Wanderers are sandwiched between those 2 teams. And it really is congested towards that bottom of the table. No one trailing behind too much. Pivotal wins last week for both Sydney Olympic and Blacktown City. NSW really their own worst enemies in that game. Game where they played with 10 men for a majority of it. A little bit of the first half, all of the second, and despite being a man down, played really well. I called that game on Anzac Day. And when Lockie Campbell got an equaliser, it felt like it was going to be a deserved point for UNSW, which would have just been the second time this season they picked up points away from the Village Green. The Village Green's been a fortress, but they've struggled to pick up points away from their home. Just that solitary win against Sydney FC, which was their first win in the top flight. Here's Berry. Tanaka bringing a bit of width. You can definitely see this new shape. Blacktown starting the game with a back 3. Tanaka replacing Grimaldi at half-time, and they've shifted to a 4. Tilt and O'Brien at the heart of it. Here's Tanaka once again. Malia. He's a commentator's dream, not only because he's a baller, because he's got fluorescent green boots. Very easy to pick out. And a wand of a left peg as well. Tried to show it off there, and I may have put a little bit of a commentator's curse on him. Minutes gone in this second half. Nothing in terms of goal-scoring opportunities in the second. Plenty in the first. Game that certainly promised goals. Pufflet. Go long in his direction. Henderson was there first just to help out Tilt. And safety first approach from him. Sends that one into the jungle gym. It's a little bit of an eyesore, the fencing around the stadium, which is a New South Wales NPL regulation when you get to the top flight. I think a couple fans on that left-hand goal side have figured out the cheat code. Sitting behind the netting, so you don't have to pay. Gorgeous Saturday afternoon for football. That's a great spot as well behind that goal. Free kick here for Blacktown. Just wonder if we're approaching substitution time for UNSW. We're going to see another one. Jack O'Brien comes off. Influential from him. So important to this team. They've missed him. Didn't make his first appearance till round 9. His first league start of the season set up that crucial Mitch Marlier goal, which gives Blacktown this 2-1 lead a little bit under 35 minutes to go. So confirmation of that change. Riley Nolan, who's been a regular this season as a starter, comes on to replace him. Nolan, another one of these youngsters, worked their way into the first team, was promoted to the first team last season, has been a regular this season. The 1 league goal, scored in both cup games. Just looks like he's playing centrally up front. Duffy, with a little bit of space to drive forward in the direction of Renshaw. His cross picked off by Maniti, and Duffy climbs. Nolan, who's only just come on. One thing, I've given UNSW their flowers already with the canteen, but I think one thing we need to get these fourth officials a board, a subs board. So you have to really test my eyes, which certainly aren't 20/20. Maybe they're 15/20. Thankfully, no poor lighting to contend with, hence the 2 p.m. kickoff. Tilt and Pufflet getting tangled up there. Nice turn by Tanaka. Just evade the press and play Berry. No changes from UNSW. 2 changes so far from Blacktown. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some movement on Gabe Knowles' bench. As I've mentioned multiple times, unbeaten at home. 2 wins, 3 draws. Staring down the barrel, though, of that first loss at the Village Green. Renshaw just tucks in. And has a little bit of space here. Almost invited to shoot there by UNSW. Picks out Marlier instead, who doesn't mind shooting. Also doesn't mind picking out a teammate as well, but Duffy was there to intercept. Tilt and Pufflet. That's been a good battle. Blacktown youngster getting the better of that one. Is Berry. As we approach the hour mark, no change to the halftime score. Blacktown holding on to a 1-goal lead here. Aiden Harb's early opener cancelled out by a Travis Major header. And swift counter-attack finished off by Mitch Marlier. Harb. Here's Malfara. Strong tackle to win it there. No, actually. He would have thought the direction of the ball was indicating that he got all of it, but referee disagreed. Lynch. Fowler. NSW certainly won't be panicking anytime soon. They've come back late here at the Village Green before. Brilliant work there by Fowler to get around Maniti. And then he was fouled by Renshaw. Fowler's definitely, like all his midfield partners, been in the trenches today. Tackles have flown in, I should say. And Malfara a bit worse for wear here, which is not a good sight. Or UNSW, Alex Malfara. Let's hope it's nothing too serious for very talented footballer who's had his injury troubles. Missed the entirety of last season with an ACL injury. Just hope it's a case of maybe a knock or potentially, I don't know, he was swigging something. I don't know if that's the pickle juice maybe. Maybe a bit of cramp. Hopefully, just that. A yellow given in the direction of the UNSW bench whilst our attention was on Malfara. The referee's wandered over and I think maybe given a yellow card to Gabe Knowles. It's hard to tell. There were a lot of players around Knowles there, but I think he may have picked up a card. NSW, in the meantime, are going to make a double change. So that is the last action from Alex Malfara. Didn't look serious. He ran off, so let's hope that he's okay. Double change for UNSW. Anthony Barbich and Connor Quilligan coming on. Jaden Harb was offside. Blacktown go long. Confirmation of that change. Barbich replacing Gil Duffy. And Alex Malfara off. Connor Quilligan replacing him. So two very handy changes. Very versatile. Anthony Barbich. Looks like he's slotting in on that right-hand side. Did a great job here in a similar position against Marconi about a month ago. And a straight swap, Quilligan, former League One Player of the Year with St. George FC, slots in to the heart of midfield, placing Alex Malfara. Referee counting down Caden Henderson. Good to see. Hey, that's back in fashion. The old 8 seconds, the referee counting down Henderson. Campbell gets there first. Bit of head tennis. Ricocheted off the back of Riley Nolan. So far, it has been vintage Blacktown performance that we've been used to throughout the years under Critter. They've dug deep, they've defended when they've had to, and clinical in front of goal. Very physical as well. Both teams definitely not shying away from the rough stuff. Here's Lockie Campbell, no stranger to that at all. Picking up a yellow card in the first half. He's placed past though, pounced on by Malia. Looks ahead, he's got Hayward now who tucks in and Nolan in front of him. "25 minutes to go." Both teams making a couple of changes, but no change to that halftime score. Referee just, you can maybe make out from the hand gestures, just telling Blacktown to cut it out. They go in the direction of Hayward and it trickles out for a goal kick. Back to a fortnight ago when UNSW left it very late against Western Sydney. Wanderers actually took the lead early. I mean, beg your pardon, late. And they equalised through Kevin Lopez, and this man got the winner. Puts a Blacktown player on the floor and gets around another Jyden half. That would have been absolutely magic. But a key block prevents another Jyden Hub highlight reel goal. Breaking ankles and sending players the wrong way. Key block there. Preventing another goal from doing the rounds on social. And back to that screamer Jyden Hub scored in round one. Very highly rated. Was the League 2 Player of the Year for South Coast Flame. Makes the jump up 2 divisions and definitely does not look out of place. The Futsal Roo, who I was told recently was player of the tournament in a recent futsal tournament, so the sky is certainly the limit. The UNSW winger. Harb. Nice pass to pick out Vinci, who gets around Tanaka and then squares it up. Intended for Pufflet. Good tackle there by O'Brien, who then makes another one on Fowler. UNSW were appealing for a free kick. Great defending by the Blacktown centre back there, Nicholas O'Brien. Definitely has been through it this season. Having a strong game here. Lynch. UNSW have just found another gear here. Their best spell of the second half comfortably. All started by that bit of magic from Jyden Hub, which almost led to the equaliser. Tilt goes long. Picked off by Lynch. Malia trying to get around 2 UNSW players there. Runs out of room. Pendergast, is it going to be the former Blacktown Trio's former club getting the win? Here come UNSW though, looking to hit back. Hubs at the back post, squares it up for Fulton, who can't keep the shot down. UNSW's best chance of the second half though. This has been a really good spell from the home team. And that chance will be Jack Fulton's last involvement in this game. He's going to make way, as is the man who nearly had the assist for the equaliser. So Pufflet and Fulton off. And Nathan Roberts comes on. As I mentioned, no fourth official board, so these old eyes really getting strained. Kevin Lopez. Lopez and Roberts on to replace Pufflet and Fulton, who nearly linked up for the equaliser there. That chance, UNSW's best. Last involvement for the pair. He definitely lifted it a couple notches, though, last 5 minutes. Their best spell of this second half, comfortably. Nice one-touch football there by Barbic. Tried to play in Fowler. Good recovery by Berry, and then comes off Fowler. I don't know if he knew too much about that one. Renshaw. Chance for him to take it forward and pick out Nolan, who's swarmed by Ricky Campbell, who has to be careful. He is on a yellow card. Gives away the foul there. And a relieving one for Blacktown, who are going to be in no rush to take this one. They've been under the pump in the last 5 or so minutes. Chance for themselves just to recompose themselves and go long in the direction of Major. Strong header by Wood. Blacktown throw. Which, unsurprisingly, Blacktown are in no rush to take. Well, just a little bit, maybe 10 minutes out of the time-wasting range. Still 20 minutes to go here. Plenty of time. Berry. Back to Renshaw. Roberts clips his heels and gives away a foul. Yeah, a foul he didn't need to make there, and invites Blacktown with a really good opportunity here. We've seen them make the most of one set piece. Mitch Marley a corner. Can they cash in from this free kick? So Blacktown player getting ready to come on. And Berry stands over this one. This would be a brutal blow for UNSW. Had their best spell of this half. It's Malia who makes way. So far, his goal is the difference. Can Blacktown add to it? Berry floats it into the back post, but Pendergast is there to cut it off. Two players getting tangled up in back play. It's Tanaka and Harb. A bit of pushing and shoving. They go in that direction. Confirmation of that change. Jake Briggs, in jersey number 18, replaces Mitch Malia, so it's a defensive change for Blacktown, who look to see out the rest of this game and banish some of those late goal blues that they've had this season. Able to make the most of that free kick. Couldn't get any air under that one, and it's rather fitting that I say that, because just as I say air, the wind has really picked up here at the Village Green. Wood himself still making his way back from Quilligan. Lopez. Backheel didn't come off that time. And now a chance for Blacktown to break. Nolan. Hayward's continued his run. And Prendergast does well to prevent that one from going out for a corner. Picks out the giant lights that are under repair here at the Village Green, hence the early kickoff. I'd love to know the manager's opinions on a 2 p.m. kickoff. It's not the dreaded midday kickoff, the one that Jurgen Klopp used to hate. Sometimes that's a thing. The earlier ones can produce lethargic football. That definitely wasn't the case from the opening that we got. 2 goals inside 4 minutes. It's the goal right before halftime that's the difference. And Blacktown get that precious third and perhaps end UNSW's unbeaten run at home. Tanaka might go back to the corner taker. He does. Maniti in the direction of Nolan. Still with Blacktown here. Major floats it into the back post, but over the head of Nolan, who's been a popular target aerially. In the direction of Lopez, does really well battling with Briggs, but Blacktown youngster did well. Nice feet by Vinci. That was beautiful. Kick out Fowler. Two players gone for the same ball there. Roberts keeps it in, goes in the direction of Lopez. Well cut off by Briggs. He's had a good 60 seconds. The young Blacktown defender. Cutting off the pass there after a strong header moments ago. And you can just see on your screen there, Blacktown reverting to the shape that they started the game with, switching back to a back three. They started with a 3, went to a 4 with a halftime change. And now you can see it's a block of 5 as they look to shut up shop. Something they've struggled to do in season 2026, conceding late goals. Nice work by Barbage to create a bit of space and find a cross, but there's no one in yellow and black on the end of it. Roberts. Take 2 in the direction of Lopez. Briggs with a header again. Harb tries to find some room and it flashes across goal. All it needed was a touch. Even if it got a yellow one, it may have gone in the direction of Lopez once again. And Nolan just happy to send that one anywhere. UNSW knocking on the door. Still plenty of time for them to find an equaliser. Vinci in the direction of Lopez. One thing that Kevin Lopez definitely offers is a target up front. He's a big body. And very capable in the air. UNSW's longest serving player. Drew them level a fortnight ago against Western Sydney. He would love a similar feat here. I don't know if Gabe Knowles-Hart would be able to take it though. Henderson in the direction of Major. And Major very acrobatically threw himself to the fore there and let out a yell. Whistle goes in the other direction. Here come UNSW. Lovely work by Lopez. Opens up his body and plays in Harb. Back in the direction of Lopez, and it fell to Barbage just over the head, the cross, agonisingly. Barbage did well to steer it goalwards, but would have been an incredible effort. Still plenty of time, but Uni turning the screws here. Blacktown holding on. Fowler does well to get there and win the foul. Fowler has stayed down. Not the first UNSW player in the trenches today. You only have made 4 changes, so you only make 1 more. Wood. Home team's unbeaten record at serious risk here. 5 games before this one, 2 wins, a 5-0 win against St. George City, and a game where they came back to win in the last second against Western Sydney. They're going to have to come back again to preserve that unbeaten streak. Draws to Apia, Marconi, and SD Raiders. Blacktown, if they can hold on here, would draw level on points with UNSW and draw the newly promoted team back into a relegation battle. Leaving foul there. A fortnight ago when UNSW did get that late win against Western Sydney, it looked like they were pulling clear. But that is the beauty, or the agony, of this 30-round season is a couple weeks is all it takes for your season to completely turn around or turn upside down. And flag goes up there on Harb. He's continued playing, but when he lifts his head, he's going to see the flag. Ten minutes to go. Blacktown, fortnight ago, and just one win after 11. I said pre-game that 1-0 win last week, maybe the start of a turnaround. This would well and truly kick that off. Pull them out of the relegation zone, most importantly, if they can hold on. We've seen them throw away leads. Did it against St. George City, did it against Sydney FC, Sutherland Sharks. It's been a recurring theme. This place, a bit of a heavy touch there. Briggs, tell you what, he has been terrific since coming on. Jake Briggs, thrown on, thrust into the heart of the back three to close out. It's their third win of the season, and he's showing the composure of a veteran, the young Blacktown defender. They go long, Campbell, 2, 3. Former Blacktown players linking up in that sequence, but it looks like their former club is going to come back to haunt them unless he can produce something in this last 8 minutes. Lopez tries to hold it up for Barbich. Brian was there first, and he brings his goalkeeper into play. That one's going to be sent into orbit. Alla brings it down. Roberts. Almost one-touch football between Roberts and Quilligan. He's trying to get around Renshaw. Manages to find the cross. And sent out for a UNSW throw. And at a live ladder here. These teams would move equal. On 12 points, but UNSW's superior goal difference would see them. It doesn't matter about the goal difference because they've got an equaliser. And it just had to be him, Jayden Harb, who now moves clear as UNSW's top goal scorer this season with his 6th in 2026. Second today, and there is plenty of time for UNSW to stage a late comeback again at the Village Green. It just had to be Jayden Harb, whose reputation continues to grow. A young futsal signed after the Player of the Year in League 2 for the South Coast Flame. Jumps up 2 divisions. And I tell you what, doesn't just look comfortable here. He looks like one of the competition's best. And that is now his 6th. Of the season. Crucially, unless Blacktown can find a third here, it means UNSW's unbeaten streak is going to continue at home. And it's more late goal blues for Blacktown. They've conceded late equaliser again. Plenty of time. Either team, though, to get all 3 points. He's buried. Goes in the direction of Major Barbich. Really well to get there and win the header. In the direction of Harb. And some space on that right foot. Well closed down. The ricochet falls to Barbich. Another opportunity here for Quilligan. Did that hit Berry's hand? That would have been very harsh because he was diving. Nothing Berry could have done there, and now in the hands of Caden Henderson. Still plenty of time here. UNSW pressing for the equaliser. Just had a look on the stream where our stats come up. Remarkable stat. Blacktown with just the 2 shots on goal in this game. Both those shots leading to goals. NSW's shot total in the double digits. Renshaw to take the free kick. Fizzed in. With the first head, it's still there. Wood, not fully dealt with. Nolan climbs up to win the header, but out for a goal kick. I have to give a shout out to Anthony Barbich. Beautiful assist from the throw. Connor Quilligan. Quilligan played it back to him and he picked out Harb, edge of the box. And UNSW's number 17 did the rest. Barbich has been very good since coming on. You can't Blacktown though. Majors in the box and header just did enough to take it away from the mayor of Blacktown. Here he is. Jockeyed and forced to making a pass. Here's O'Brien. Major. Slightly heavy touch. Brings Wood into play, but the tackle falls straight to O'Brien. Here's Berry. Tilt. Tanaka. Patient defense there by UNSW, and Lynch sticks his foot in. Well done there by Lopez. Good tackle, and he's won his team a throw. For a second I thought Jordan Hub was coming off, but he's got himself a drink. Kai Kamikura has come on though, as UNSW push for a winner. And Kamikura on, Minchi off. 2.5 minutes to go of the 90 plus added time. Here's Lynch. Lopez. Kura. UNSW have made their 5 changes. They've clawed this game back from a half-time deficit of 2-1. Unbeaten home streak looks like it's going to remain intact, but they want all 3 points. Fowler. Kamikura. Shoulder to shoulder there with Tanaka, who concedes a corner. Roberts is going to go over there and take it. About 90 seconds to go of the 90. Are we going to see more drama here at the Village Green? We saw it a fortnight ago. NSW came back to score 2 late goals to pull that game out of the fire. Are they going to do something similar? It looked like it almost went all the way in. There's hands in the air. I don't know how that didn't go in. Mitch Malia's corner in the first half was almost an Olympico. That was going to be the sloppiest Olympico I've ever seen from Nathan Roberts. He wouldn't have cared. And relief for Blacktown. I was looking at a live ladder on SofaScore when UNSW equalised. That's when Blacktown were leading. Result stays the same here. Blacktown would momentarily jump out of the bottom 2. And St. George City would drop in. Both those teams would be on 10 points, but Blacktown's goal difference is superior. Going in the direction of Lopez. Briggs does well, but concedes the corner. Drawing a round of applause from the UNSW fans. We approach minute number 90. 4 minutes of added time is what we're going to get. 4 minutes. UNSW to complete the comeback. That is a polar opposite to the corner we saw a minute ago. That was a looping one. And Roberts is going to get the chance. He's going to sprint to the other corner and have the chance to have take two from the other side. We saw one goal in the first half from this side. That was Mitch Malia's left foot. It's going to be the right of Roberts. The 90 minutes is up. We are in added time. Lynch's header. Ball's now to Jayden Harb. Block. Yeah, caught the bottom of a Blacktown player. Lopez does well to slide. And Blacktown just a little bit of 6s and 7s having to send that one away. Anywhere will do. They concede the throw. Chubb takes. Quilligan holds it up. Harb, that right foot. Don't know if that was a cross or a shot. And anytime he has a bit of space on his right foot, defenders are always nervous. The feeling that the way this second half has gone and the length of time it took Caden Henderson to take that goal kick, Blacktown might just be happy with a point here. They have been peppered in this second half. Just the 2 shots from Blacktown, resulting in 2 goals. Henderson has to come off his line and deal with that awkward bouncing ball. As well, though, to pick out Berry. And now Blacktown can break. Maniti. There's space here for Major. Nolan's in the middle. Still with Travis Major. Major's to pick out the cross. And for a second, I thought Maniti was going to get there. The Blacktown supporters club next to my right got me a bit excited there because they all screamed. Tilt to take the throw. This would be a heartbreaker for UNSW. Long throw. They're away. Roberts gets back there, falls back to Tilt, who sends it straight back in. Lynch with the header away. Harb, if he can keep this one in, which he can comfortably, has a bit of space to drive forward. He's got Kamikura bursting in front of him, and he goes in that direction. Tanaka will get there first and concede the throw. I can't imagine we're going to have any more than 90 seconds or so left here. 4 minutes of added time. NSW on the receiving end of a late goal last week. Heartbreakingly, are they about to dish it out? Barbic had the chance, but his header is over the bar. That was the moment. We almost saw a repeat of what we saw here a fortnight ago. Anthony Barbic, who has been fantastic. Header agonizingly over the bar. And if Blacktown, I said they would have taken a point a minute ago, they'll definitely take the point now. Despite leading with 10 minutes to go, do we have time for one more chance? Lopez does really well to hold that one up under the pressure of Tilt. 2 Blacktown players are down. There's going to be a red card here for Nathan Roberts, who is shown a red in this game that has seen everything. I said Blacktown games usually always produce a red card. We've seen another one here dished out to Nathan Roberts of UNSW. So Uni are going to have to see out the remaining seconds of this game with 10 men. could be the last chance. Anderson did well to pick out Major. That is the end of a super entertaining 90 minutes here at the Village Green. It looked like Blacktown were going to get a precious 3 points and pull themselves out of the bottom two. But UNSW, who took a lead after 60 seconds, clawed back that 2-1 halftime deficit to draw level, and then had a huge chance right before the end of the game. Header agonizingly over the bar. They then had to see out the last few seconds with 10 men after Nathan Roberts was shown a red. It was a game that well and truly had it all, but it finishes 2-2 here at the Village Green. Uni remain unbeaten here at home. Blacktown momentarily out of the bottom two on goal difference. Fantastic Saturday afternoon NPL game here. My name is Adamo Denegris. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Final score at the Village Green, UNSW 2, Blacktown City 2.